Hello and welcome to this stream. Thanks so much for everyone who has joined already. Really do appreciate it. Today we're going to be watching, it's going to be Chelsea taking on Zenit St. Petersburg. So it's one I'm looking forward to. One of my subscribers is a big Zenit St. Petersburg fan, so I'm not sure if he will be joining us today or he'll be watching the game. We do have the video printer today. So if you want to see any the goals that are going in around the grounds, such as in the Football League or in the Champions League, then we have that as well as the latest scores in the corner as well. So feel free to get involved. Today we're going to be obviously looking at Chelsea versus Zenit St. Petersburg. And Chelsea's lineup is as follows. Mendy is in goal for Chelsea. A back three of Azpilicueta, Christensen, Rudiger, James, Kovacic, Jorginho, Alonso, Mount, Ziyech and Lukaku. The team for Zenit St. Petersburg is as follows. I apologise if I get any of these names wrong. Krychuk, Sutomarin, Kristiakov, Rakitsky, Santos, Malcolm, Wendell, Barrios, Kuryav, Claudinho and Azmoun are the team for Zenit St. Petersburg. On the bench for Zenit includes Zuba, who was a big impact player for the Russian team in 2018 when they got to the quarterfinals, losing to Croatia. On the bench for Chelsea, Arrizabalaga, Barkley, Bergstrom, Chalobah, Chilwell, Havertz, Hudson-Odoi, Loftus-Cheek, Saul, Sarr, Silva and Werner. Pulisic and Kante both out. Marcus, thanks so much for joining the stream. Hope you are well. Can't believe it's so annoying to lose right at the end. Yeah, especially with 10 men. You'll be hoping for a goal or just to try and keep everyone out, but that didn't quite happen. But hopefully you can bounce back in the next one. So how have both of these sides been doing in their respective leagues? Well, the last 5 games for Chelsea were the Super Cup win over Villarreal, 1-1, and then the win on penalties. Beat Crystal Palace 3-0. They then had Arsenal and they won 2-0. Beat Aston Villa, of course, on Saturday. And then between those two fixtures, they had a 1-1 draw at Liverpool. The team, they're playing Zenit, have started off the league very well. And in their leagues, they've had a 3-1 win, a 4-2 win, a 3-2 win over Krasnodar. Lokomotiv Moscow, they drew 1-1. Another 1-1 draw. They beat CSKA Moscow 1-0 and a 3-1 win as well. So they are unbeaten also. So they could be a real threat. So there are some other games taking place, as you can see on the score to the side of me. There has been some games kick off already in the Championship. Blackburn is playing Hull, Blackpool are playing Huddersfield, Bournemouth and QPR is kicked off as well. Sheffield United and Preston is also currently taking place. Reading, Peterborough and West Brom Derby all take place at 8 o'clock. There's games in League 1 and League 2, as well as a full set of fixtures in the National League as well. In terms of games taking place in this Champions League, Barcelona have Bayern, Dynamo Kiev have Benfica, Lille have Wolfsburg, Malmo take on Juventus, and Villarreal have Atalanta. So those are the games to take place. So we are 9 minutes away from kickoff, so feel free to get your predictions into the chat. Just getting the score. So the poll will be coming soon. We'll talk about the games that took place at what 5:45 they kick off. Yeah, 5:45. Sevilla 1, Salzburg 1. That's how that one finished. Salzburg taking the lead, Rakitic with a penalty, and that leaves them both on 1 point, with Lille and Wolfsburg, the other teams in the group, playing at 8 o'clock. Manchester United tasted their first defeat of the season, losing 2-1 to Young Boys. Ronaldo opened the scoring after 13 minutes before Wan-Bissaka was sent off after 35. And then second half, an equaliser and a late goal, 95th minute. Young Boys won the game, leaving Manchester United bottom of the group, with Atalanta and Villarreal kicking off at 8 o'clock. If you haven't already, feel free to vote in the poll. It'd be really, really great to hear how you think the game will go. You've had 2 votes so far. For a good game. I think Zenit will give them a good game. I think that Chelsea are one of the best sides in the country. Obviously, they are the champions of Europe. But Zenit are doing very well in their respective leagues. So I think it could be a tough one for Chelsea tonight. I'm going to go 2-0 to Chelsea in my prediction. So there's been no goals in any of the games that have just kicked off. But a game in the Johnson Paints, or whatever it is now. Ipswich 1, West Ham United 0. James Norwood with the goal. And that trophy is now called the Papa John's Trophy, I think. I think it's called the Papa John's Trophy. There is, here comes the referees. And then here comes Chelsea, led by captain Cesar Azpilicueta. Edouard Mendy is next, who is probably one of the best goalkeepers in the league now. He's come on, he's really, really looked good. Really, really impressive. Jorginho is obviously starting as well. Mendy, Azpilicueta, Christensen, Rudiger, James, Kovacic, Jorginho, Alonso, Mount, Ziyech, and Lukaku. Lukaku has been a very, very impressive signing. Very impressive signing for Chelsea. He's looked like the difference. And I really do believe he will be the difference when it comes to the end of the season. I think Chelsea will win the league because they have Lukaku, and City did not sign Harry Kane and did not sign anyone else to replace Sergio Aguero when he left. And I think that will be a decision they will live to regret. Players lining up, as I say, we will be keeping up to date with all of the games across Europe. As the Champions League song plays, there's Malcolm. And the rest of the Zenit St. Petersburg players. As I say, I'm going to go for a 2-0 win to Chelsea. If you haven't already, get your prediction into the vote. You can vote in the poll as well if you fancy it. 9 votes so far, all for Chelsea. So feel free to get involved in that if you haven't already. Hey, will you be streaming the game? I'll be doing like a watch along for the game. So there is Lukaku, and he is clapping the fans. So no Kante in the side still. Mendy, Rudiger, Alonso, Christensen, Jorginho, Kovacic, Lukaku, Mount, Ziyech, James, and Azpilicueta make up the 11 for Chelsea. So Saul is on the bench, Barkley's on the bench, Hudson-Odoi is on the bench, Chilwell, Havertz, Werner, Thiago Silva, all on the bench for Chelsea. Alexander Seferin is on the pitch with Thomas Tuchel at the moment, along with N'Golo Kante. Hi, Alex. Thanks for tuning in. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. There has been some goals. Sheffield United is taking the lead against Preston. Chesterfield are beating Barnet. Weymouth are beating Dagenham. Bournemouth are beating Queen's Park Rangers. And Brackley Town are losing 1-0 to Darlington as Chesterfield have gone 2-0 up against Barnet. Edouard Mendy has won the goalkeeper of the season for the Champions League, so he's just been handed out that. Come on, Chelsea, says Alex. I think Chelsea will win, but I think it could be a tough game. They're going quite well in their respective league. Zenit and Petersburg. I'm good, thank you, Alex. I'm really good, thank you. Been to work today. N'Golo Kante has won Midfielder of the Season award. So well done to him. Jorginho wins Men's Player of the Year award as well. So he's won a... So they're all winning awards. Remember when United fans were laughing at Chelsea for parking the bus down to 10 men at Anfield? Yeah, well, they lost to... although, I didn't see a lot of the game. Yeah, I expected, when I saw they were down 10 men, I did expect young boys to come back into the game, so I wasn't surprised to see young boys win. The referee in today's game is from Poland. So he is Polish. I think the others, usually it's always I couldn't see what it said, but usually it's like a team from the same, all from the same country. So Ipswich Town 1, West Ham 1. There's been an equaliser there. Adronians are beating Alloa Athletic 1-0. We'll keep an eye on the Zenit's team. Sadar is not on here. I assume it's him, right? Yeah, Sadar is playing, who's one of the best players in Russia, they just said. There's Lukaku. So we're just ready to kick off. They are just taking the knee. Malcolm takes the knee from Zenit St. Petersburg, as do some of the other players. All of the black players take the knee in the fight against discrimination. There we are. So first half is underway. We will keep up to date across the games in Europe as well. So the other games, just to confirm: Barcelona, Bayern, Dynamo Kiev, Benfica, Lille, Wolfsburg, Malmo, Juventus, and Villarreal, Atlanta. Major, thanks so much for tuning in. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. So we have started the game. Not really happy with the team, but of course you've got to trust Tuchel. Yes, you have to trust Tuchel. He's very, very, very good at what he does. He's been very successful. It's interesting to see that he's still left out Chilwell, who's not been playing. Saul drops to the bench as well. I'm very, very good, thank you, Major. He is Wendell. To Malcolm, of course, former Barcelona player. Plays the 1-2. Battling with Rudiger. Rudiger gets the better of him and wins the ball and brings the ball away. Looking for Mount, who can't keep it in. Very, very well done by Rudiger there. Had this a lot more power than Malcolm. Thomas Tuchel there. I've got trials for Livingston FC next week. That's very, very good. Very good. Hope you do well. Hope it goes well. There's a 44 on the but he's not on my list, so I don't know how he's. Must have read the numbers wrong. Here is Ziyech. Reece James. And comes to Christensen. He plays it to Kovacic, who's wearing number 8, taken away from Ross Barkley, of course. I need to see live. Hi, thank you for joining the stream. I can't show the game live, but I appreciate you tuning in nonetheless. Here is Jorginho. Jorginho wins the ball forward, looking for Lukaku, but is stepped in. Mount picks it up. Here is James. Mount. To James. Aspilicueta. Feel free to vote in the poll if you haven't already. There are 29 votes in the poll so far. 93% think Chelsea will win today's game. Mount. Looking to ball forward. But it's away by Rosiski. Rudiger will pick it up. Alonso. Who do you think will win the Champions League? I think PSG won't be far away. Yeah, I think PSG won't be far away. Just because they're the best side. Really, they've got the best team now. So I think they should win it. But I don't know how it will go. But I think they should win it. Kovacic. Here is Reece James. Who do you think will win the league, Major Man? Champions League? Because it could be. There's obviously a plethora of sides who could win it. But I just think it should be PSG. And if it isn't PSG, then I think it could be tough on Pochettino. There has been some goals in the National League. Maidenhead 0, Stockport 1. John Rooney with the goal. And Southend United have taken the lead against Aldershot. Reece Murphy with the goal, former Arsenal Youth Academy player. Aspilicueta puts the ball in. Bayern Munich. Really? Could win it. Like I say, it could be any. There is some Zenit St. Petersburg fans in the crowd. Fans in the crowd who come from Russia, I assume. Not sure if they have, or maybe they just Russian fans who live in the UK. Lukaku looking for Ziyech but can't find him. Picked up by Christensen. Space out wide, but he goes to Ziyech. Ziyech is down, and nothing given by the referee. And they'll try and get the ball away. Here is Malcolm for Zenit St. Petersburg. He tries to play in Wendell, but can't. And it's back with Chelsea. Tuchel is definitely wanting to retain Champions League. Yeah, I think it would be very hard to retain the Champions League and win the Premier League. Like, how many times has a team won the Champions League and won the league? It happened like twice in the last sort of 25 years, I want to say. Not that often. What I'm trying to say is it doesn't happen very often. I'm sure there's a Zenit fan who sometimes comes on to chat. Yes, Imaj. Yes, he does. If he does pop in, he'll be very, very grateful to see that I've covered his team. Mount. He's battling and does well. Finds Alonso. and loses the ball to Barrios. Yeah, hopefully he's watching the game somewhere, wherever he is. Might be at the ground. Yeah, he might be. I don't know. I don't know how big he supports them or how often he goes or anything like that. Should ask really. Kovacic. Marcos Alonso. Mount does well, and it's out for a goal kick. There has been a red card for Brentford Town. James Armison's been sent off. Sheffield United 1, Preston 1. Daniel Johnson with the goal. Eastleigh 1, Dover Athletic 0. Villarreal 0, Atalanta 1. Villarreal are behind the Europa League champions currently. So I will just update the scoreboard. And Lincoln City 0, Rotherham 1. Michael Smith with another goal. Malmo. If that's the case, Major, that hasn't come up for me, which is really annoying. The kid Jay, I think must tune in, dude. How you doing? The fact Ollie took Ronaldo off, Bruno off, Sancho off just makes no sense. Like, no sense to me what he's thinking or doing. I do. No, Malmo's 0-0. The fact I do think Man United are good enough to win something, but I don't think Ollie is good enough. He just tried to. All right, that's your prediction. I say, I don't think that. I think they'll stick with him regardless of how the season goes, as long as there's improvement, which is sad to see, really. Sad to see. I can't. I'd be interested to see if Malmo could get something. Definitely. I think that Ollie sometimes is tactically naive, but he is also very, very good. Now he can't get a better side than he's got already. So he needs to win. If he doesn't win anything, then questions need to be asked. You know, not struggling against a team like Young Boys isn't a good look, really. You know, you want to win. You want to win, don't you? You want to win those games, regardless of being down to 10 men. You certainly don't want to lose. Eastleigh are 2-0 up against Dover. Ayr United have taken the lead against Rangers B, and Sutton United have taken the lead against other team that was promoted from the National League last season, Hartlepool United. Like Ronaldo and Messi should never be subbed. Yes, 36, 34. I think I don't really buy into the fact that they can't be subbed. You know, sometimes no one should be able to not be subbed. Definitely. Rosiski puts the ball in, looking for Asmoon, but can't find him. But yeah, it should. I don't think he should have gone so negative. Rangers beat my home team. Oh, that's a shame. Grimsby 0, Wrexham 1. Jake Hyde has scored the opening goal for Wrexham. Here is Barrios. Barrios goes into the middle. Finds Claudinho. One of 4 Brazilians in the side. Santos. He does well. And here is Claudinho bringing the ball forward. Claudinho still. Dagenham 1, Weymouth 1. Villetti scoring for Dagenham, who is about 4 foot nothing. He's very, very short. Very short. Sutermin with the ball. Puts the ball in. Looking for... Oh, it's come to Claudinho! And there is Reece James to step in. It's still early though. Champions League and Premier League, but obviously people will already say who can't win it. I think that it is early. You remember how didn't you beat? I think Man United beat Man United beat Leipzig, didn't they? Like 5-0 in the opening game, and they ended up not qualifying. So really, really poor corner kick. Malcolm with the foul, and it will be a free kick. Any Polish matches? I'll have a look. I don't know if there is or not. No, there isn't any actually. Not a single one. The kid, yeah, keep Ollie for now, but if he doesn't win anything with the amount of quality in that team, he should not be allowed to manage again. I think if he doesn't win anything, then it could be spell trouble for the side, definitely. Kovacic. Ziyech. Jorginho. Jorginho still. Ziyech. And he loses the ball. Picked up by Jorginho. Christensen. Here is Reece James. Mount. Ziyech. And away. I don't think Ronaldo has ever been in Europa League, so I don't wish that on him. No, I don't think he has. He might have been with Sporting Lisbon, but certainly not since then. I don't think. No, I don't think he has. There's plenty of time. It's quite an easy group. I think you'll be fine. I think Man United will qualify. Bournemouth 0, Halifax Town 1. Billy Waters with the goal, former Cheltenham player. Guzayev, and he wins a throw-in. And it will be taken by Wendell, who leaves it. So yeah, I think Man United will be fine. It's just one of those things that's happened. Bournemouth have equalised, and it's now 1-1. Bournemouth 1, AFC Halifax Town 1. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the like up on the video. I would really appreciate it. And subscribe if you are new. 78 votes on the poll as well. I don't know how United got on. I think they lost against a very, very good young boys team. Very, very poor from Man United, unfortunately. Zenit to go spread the play out. Santos. And Barrios plays it back. So Tormin and Malcolm is offside. Try and keep myself happy. Predictions for this game and Barcelona-Bayern. I think Bayern will beat Barcelona about 2-0, and around this game 2 or 3-0 to Chelsea as well. Jorginho says it all for United when Young Boys Stadium has a particularly nice word. Ah, yeah, it does, doesn't it? It has the word. Yeah, that word. Yeah, just how it is, unfortunately. Grimsby 1, Wrexham 1. Ryan Taylor with the equaliser for Grimsby Town. So Tormin. Guzayev looking forward, and there is Kovacic, who does very, very well. Since I started streaming again, I haven't seen Rich. Oh, I hope it's okay. I know he's okay because I follow him on TikTok and he's always uploaded now. But he hasn't been in the chat for a while. Malcolm tries to play the 1-2. Jorginho is there. Bolton's opponents on Saturday are playing right now. Who you play Saturday? Let me have a look. Lincoln or Rotherham? It's got to be Lincoln or Rotherham, right? Newport and Rotherham. It's going to be a tough game. Here is Sotomin. Plays the 1-2. And Chelsea get it away. Here is Mount. Mount bringing the ball forward. Mount still bringing the ball forward. Lukaku's there. Hi, Chris. Thank you very much for tuning in. Hope you're well. I'm doing very well. Thank you, my friend. Mount tries to play the ball forward, but it's very poor. If Rotherham win, they'll be right next to us in the table. They are winning currently, aren't they? Gary Dicker has been sent off for Brighton and Hove Albion under 21s. Come on, CFC. Big Man 77. Thank you very much for joining the stream. How are you doing? Just amuse yourself. Thanks. Glad you're well. That's brilliant. Brilliant to hear. Been to work today and got home at 5 o'clock. Well, 10 past 5. So I was finishing an order with a customer. Asmoon. Claudinho. Wendell. To Santos. Kristakov. Here's Wilson Barrios. Malcolm. Malcolm playing the ball forward. Claudinho. And he's still got the ball. To Malcolm. Claudinho tries to play the 1-2. It's fouled by Jorginho and it will be a free kick. Hope Man United fans are doing well and staying safe. They certainly will just be disappointed with the result. I got the Jorginho haircut. Yeah, I'm sure they will be fine, but it was always tough once they lost that. You know, it's obviously only young boys, but it will always be tough if you're down to 10 man in the Champions League. Free kick comes in from Ratiskai. Kazayev with the shot, and it's well over the bar. Well over the bar. Are clubs allowed to give away fans in this competition to fully pre-COVID allocations of tickets? I don't know the answer to that question. Zenit haven't brought many, if that helps. It's always been the better team. It's been more even than I'd expect. I say Chelsea have been the team, but Zenit have offered some threats. If I do a live stream tomorrow, it will be probably Liverpool versus AC Milan. So it's one to look forward to for everybody. Alonso. Kovacic. Here is Mount. Yeah, it's been fairly even. The reason why Zenit are in white instead of blue on the scoreboard is because if I put them in blue, the badge would be invisible. So that's why. Like your setup with all of the latest scores at the same time. It's a lot of work, my friend, because if there's any goal, I have to update it, which is really annoying. But it's something that I've wanted to implement for a while. But unfortunately, usually when I do streams, there's no games taking place. Other games taking place. Tranmere Rovers 3, Leeds United under 21s 1, and Solihull Moors are beating Torquay. Mendy. Could check Barca Bayern, but then I realised Barca fans are buzzing in the heavens, so no one will see them. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, but I'm sure we'll find out tomorrow when Liverpool play Milan, because Milan always bring a good amount of fans. Yeah, it is, but I think it looks good. And also, if I was looking for a stream to watch, I'd probably watch one that had all of the goals. Notts County 0, Wealdstone 1, and Morecambe 0, Everton under 21s 1. Sean McAllister with the goal there. Here is Mount, Lukaku, and they get it away. Zenit just in the nick of time. Yeah, something that I'm quite proud of. I don't think many people have this sort of setup. Certainly not this good, I don't think. Some people have got some stuff similar, but I'm not as good as this. I don't feel anyway. Loose Lukaku, and it's out from Kristikov, and it will be a corner kick to Chelsea. Zenit, Bournemouth 2, Queen's Park Rangers 0. Dominic Solanke with the goal. I've got a site now that you can set a timer when you want compared to having to schedule it. Have you got a site now where you can set a timer for when you want to? Yes, I do. I know what you mean. James. It's parried away and away again. Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I have. It's yes. The only problem is it won't go to 90 minutes. It'll only do 45, and then once it goes 60, it goes to an hour. Right, if you haven't already, feel free to hit like on the video. I'd really appreciate it. And subscribe if you are new. And vote in the poll. That's the new thing. If you vote in the poll, you get with 99 votes on the poll. So if you haven't already voted in the poll, vote in the poll. 93% of you think Chelsea will win. Draw 5%, and 2% think Zenit will get the victory. There has been a goal at Malmo. Malmo 0, Juventus 1. It's a goal from Alexandro. And Grimsby are beating Wrexham now 2-1. Raphael. No away goals this year. No, there is no away goals this year. So that means that if a game is level, it's going to go to extra time, which is going to be really exciting for the viewer, but a nightmare for me, because that means I have to sit through another half an hour. Lukaku lays it off to Ziyech, and it's saved. Here is Reece James. Own goal, Southend 1, Aldershot 1. Jason Demetriou with an own goal for Aldershot. Onomi John, I think, was tuned in. Waiting for Lukaku's goal. It sure will happen in a second, my friend. It sure will happen. Here is Jorginho. Mount to Reece James. Played back. And it's blocked from the cross by Claudinho. They should have applied away goals after 90 minutes, but not after 120. Here's Mount. I don't know what they should have done with it, because it's something that's obviously like very, very reputable. It's very like common. You know, everyone knows that's part of the UEFA thing. But it was brought in years ago, because if there was because teams would sit back and defend for their lives and take a 0-0 into their. So it was try to bring the game so teams attacked more and tried to get that away goal. But now it's not really needed, because Chelsea go places and attack. So hopefully it won't make any difference, and we'll still get attacking games. But I think it does add an exciting more element, a much more exciting element. Like, what good moments have we had when Tottenham drew 3-3 on aggregate with Ajax and went through in the last minute? Unbelievable. Another good moment was Barcelona when they beat PSG. That was an away goal, wasn't it? No, it wasn't an away goal. It was the away goal from PSG, and they had to score 6. So that was very, very good as well. Bournemouth 2, Halifax 1. Scott Bowden with the goal. Sort him in to out wide to Malcolm. Sort him in. Here is Wendell. I always thought, though, with them having it also after extra time, it would give a team 13 more minutes to get an away goal, which is unfair on the other team. Yeah, that's true. I just think, yeah, you're right, but maybe they shouldn't. Yeah, I never thought of it that way. Either way, it's cancelled now, isn't it? And it's not going to be a thing. Whether that's right or wrong, I don't know. But it's just part of. It's not going to be part of things going forward. I'm going to Liverpool versus AC Milan tomorrow. Hopefully it goes well. I'm going to be probably covering it, I think, if I do a stream. I think that will get a lot more traffic than City Leipzig. So I think I'll probably give that one a watch. I'm just going to record the highlights. Not sure when the highlights are on. It's a historic game. It sure is, because they met each other 2005 in the final, didn't they? And 2007 in the final as well. Extra time periods are never classics, but you know, no, they're not. They're always very cagey. Most games go to penalties that go to extra time. But still, we'll be able to have, you know, if it's balls to the wall in it, we're going to have an extra half an hour of that, which is going to be awesome. And more games going to penalties as well, which is very, very, very rare in the Champions League. Doesn't happen very often, which is something to look forward to. Eastleigh 3, Dover 0. It's going to be a hard season for Dover with a minus 12 points given to them. And they are 3-0 down at Eastleigh. Notts County 1, Wealdstone 1, Callum Roberts with the goal. We have now had 109 votes in the poll. AC Milan teams that have won the Champions League were insanely strong over the pitch. Yes, they had Seedorf and Pirlo and Gattuso and some of the Crespo. Very, very good side. And years before, when they had like other players as well, but like sort of 2005 to 7, they had a very good side. They had Cafu and Dida, Nesta, Maldini. Very good side. Penalty scored. Dagenham 0, Dagenham 1, Weymouth 2. Bradley Ash with the goal, who was absolutely awful for the team I supported, so I'm surprised he's playing so high up. Extra time with away goals ain't too much different to golden goal. Look how that worked. Yeah, I suppose. I think golden goal in theory is actually quite a good idea. Just having a fight to the end. I think it'd be really cool. But it didn't work in practice. At the end of the day, if you know you concede, you're out, you'd really play defensive, wouldn't you? And it could become quite a cagey game. Christensen with the ball. Aspilicueta to Jorginho. Goes long. Marcos Alonso can't carry it, and Sutermin will deal with it. Looking very, very good. Silver goal as well. Yeah, they change things up quite often. Maybe they should make it 5-a-side, and whoever scores the most goals. That'd be quite interesting. Newport County 0, Northampton 1. John Guthrie with the goal. Aspilicueta 2. Reece James. Reece James takes him on, puts the ball in. Away by Rakitsky. And it's going to be a goal kick to Zenit St. Petersburg. Eastleigh have now got a 4th goal against Dover in Dover's miserable, miserable game. Eastleigh 4, Dover 0. Josh Hare with the goal just before the break. So yeah, I'm glad that people like the video printer idea. I'm going to work and see if there's any sort of way I could have something similar. just to see if we can have something similar. Sutton 1, Hartlepool 0, and Blackburn 0, Hull 0 are both half-time scores. Claudinho, Barrios loses the ball, and here comes Mount battling. Matt's still going and finds Lukaku. Lukaku's shot is blocked. Comes back to Lukaku. It's free on him at the moment, and here comes a fourth player to win the ball, and it will be a throw-in. Set up is top class. Yeah, I do really like it. Like I say, so hopefully it's well received. Like I said, I haven't seen many people have this sort of look, so it's unique. Carlisle lost 2-1 away at Crawley at the weekend, so complaints from me were we were dreadful. No complaints from me, we were dreadful. Very disappointing, Chris. Zenit will be pleased so far with the performance. We are 33 minutes into the game, and it's currently 0-0. They'll be very, very pleased. They haven't conceded too many chances. They've had a few attempts going forward, but nothing major. Ever thought of doing some graphic designs for other channels? No, because my graphic designs are pretty bad, so I wouldn't want to put them on anyone else. Plus, if I have an idea, I want it to be on my channel. No, I'm really, really bad at it, to be fair. I don't, you look at some channels and you think, wow, that's good. But me, it's not very good. Here is Jorginho. Jorginho goes out wide. Kovacic. Mount, and it's very poor. Steps in by Barrios. Here is Wendell. And Claudinho bringing the ball forward. Malcolm is out wide. He goes the other way to Asmoon, but can't find him. At home to Scunthorpe on Saturday, who are one of the worst teams in League 2 this season. Should definitely be them. They're up there with the worst teams like Oldham and Sutton. No coincidence in Blackpool that are winning. No. Kovacic, Mount. Alonso's ball in is behind for a corner kick. No coincidence in the Championship that Blackpool's first win was against Fulham. Because it's an unpredictable league. Is that what you mean? Bayern have taken the lead against Barcelona. Barcelona 0, Bayern 1. Thomas Muller with the goal. Corner kick is poor. Mount playing poorly this half, but still second half to come. Yes, Thomas Muller will always be an English legend at the Euro 2020. I have never been so happy to see someone miss. Carlisle are good at home, but dreadful away from home, and it was the same last season. Interesting. Your graphic design is, in my opinion, is good. That's kind. It's very, very kind. I just try my best and just do what I can. Here is Lukaku. Out wide. Alonso to Rudiger. Rudiger plays it out wide. Jorginho. Rukitsky putting the ball forward, and Rudiger steps in. Kovacic. Reece James steps in but can't find it. Very, very well done by the defender there. Claudinho looking for Wendell but can't find him. It was deflected strike from Muller. Nice. Especially when he winked at the camera during the national film when he tore Terry and Upson apart when he's done. He doesn't. He's just a very good player, isn't he? He doesn't. No, certainly no malice in him, but I was glad when we beat him. I think the whole country celebrated as if we scored a goal then, which was weird. Doesn't usually happen. There's some half times coming in. Notts County have taken the lead against Wealdstone. Kyle Wooten with the goal. Lincoln 0, Rotherham 1 is a half time score, as is Sheffield United 1, Preston 1. Grimsby Town 2, Wrexham 1, and Brackley are losing at home to Darlington, which means Hereford are bottom of the league, which I'm going to text my dad. Right, okay, so it is a corner kick to Zenit. The Claudinho to take the gold medalist. As Moon is up there already. Ratitsky is there as well. Takes it short. Santos will whip the ball in. And it comes to Ratitsky. Shot is saved by Mendy. Image! Yes! Thank you so much for tuning in, my guy. How are you? Where is... I just realised there's no Dejan Lovren on this side. Where's he? Her family gained so much money from that. Who remembers such kind? She donated it. She donated it. Well, they donated it. They donated it all to some charity or something. Very weird. The whole situation was very bizarre. A little bit weird for me. Jude Mad, thanks so much for tuning in. How you doing? Welcome to the stream. If you haven't already, guys, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. And vote in the poll as well. It's my new thing. 128 votes. Chesterfield 2, Barnet 2 is a halftime score. Can you put the camera in the front of the game? I can't do that, I'm afraid. Dagenham 1, Weymouth 2 is a halftime score. First time you've done my team Zenit properly. Probably. It certainly is. I don't think I've ever covered them in any of my streams ever. But I did think about you when I decided to do this one. I was like, oh, I imagine I'll like this. Rudiger looking for James, and that's behind for a corner kick. Santos getting the header there. I just text say, oh, Villarreal have equalised. Villarreal 1, Atalanta 1. Now, if this was to be a draw, then Manchester United wouldn't be too far behind qualification, of course. But if any team was to win, then that could cause problems. Corner comes in, away by the goalkeeper, and away again. I think that was Barrios, which hasn't been off ages. He's good. As far as I'm aware, Alex, I do follow him on TikTok, and he's quite big on TikTok. Well, I'm not sure how big he is, but he's big into TikTok, so he posts quite a lot. So I know he's okay, but I haven't spoken to him for a while. I'll be buzzing if we get something from the game. It's not been too bad. It's not been too bad. I'm sure you know what I mean. It's been quite good from Zenit. They've played well. They defended well. They haven't created too many attacking opportunities, for being honest, but they haven't done too bad. Ziyech. Here is Reece James. Jorginho puts the ball in. Looking for Marcos Alonso. Headed away. Will Alonso get there ahead of Claudinho? He won't. Very, very well done by the Brazilian. Yeah, as far as I know, he's fine. Here is Jorginho. Mount as well. Christiansen. Bear with me 2 seconds. I'll just answer your question in a second. Jorginho. Here is Lukaku. Ziyech, and that's going to be a corner kick. Most random question here, but what happened to Macclesfield when the EFL made sure they got relegated? So they went bust, and now they're reformed, and they play in the 9th tier or the North West Counties Premier League. and Robbie Savage is director of football, and they're managed by Danny Whitaker, who's a long-term serving player for them. Ball comes in, and it comes all the way, and no one there to connect to it. The goalkeeper was very unsure of his bearings. Even we are confused about no Lovren. It's very strange. I was very surprised. The bold guy, Rakitsky, he's been pretty solid. Leyton Orient 1, Southampton under 21s 0. That is in the 82nd minute. Rudiger. And it's up to 43. Same boat as Barry then, and unfortunately, potentially Oldham soon. Yeah, they just restarted. They're still in the same ground, Moss Rose. So they're fine. They're just in the 9th tier. They've got knocked out to Squires Gate in the FA preliminary round? First qualifying round, I want to say. One of them. But I think they're top of the league. I have a weird amount of knowledge about Macclesfield FC. Very strange. Ziyech to James. I tell you one thing we need to take credit for is Zenit are very, very, very well compact. They're not Lukaku heads over. They're creating a few chances, but they're very, very, very not even half chances. Don't know if you know, but Thogden was very close to taking over Oldham a few years ago. Yeah, I did see the interview with Jackmate. Very, very bizarre. Very bizarre. What's nice about this is I haven't had any new subscribers, but I've had a few people chat, which is quite nice. Who knows? Both clubs could be soon be AFC Wimbledon are now sitting in the playoff of League One. Yeah, I mean, it would be nice. Unfortunately, Darlington haven't come back to the Football League. Chester haven't come back to the Football League. Hereford haven't come back to the Football League. You think how long it took Aldershot to come back. You think how long it took Newport to come back. Or to, it takes a long time to get back there. Mount. And I'm looking for Lukaku, but it's a very poor ball and it's out for a goal kick. Thoughts on EFL Trophy has lost its touch with under-23s teams and now in it. Yeah, it's pretty much it really, isn't it? It wasn't very interesting before. It wasn't that interesting before. It wasn't that interesting at all. The only thing was when you got to get to the quarterfinals and stuff, I think, oh, but now you do now. So I don't. It's a very boring tournament if I'm being honest in general. It's like winning the Community Shield in the early stages. It gets more exciting when it gets to the final stages. This is my last week at Camelon under 17s. It's very good, mate. I'm really proud of you. Malmo are now 2 goals down to Juventus. Paulo Dybala with the goal. We are 45 minutes in now, so half-time is on the brink. And there it is, half-time. So half-time, it is 0-0 in this one. We will wait until the other games go to half-time. But as things stand, I've got the Man United game wrong and no one's told me. It was 2-1 to Young Boys, wasn't it? Not 2-1 to... These I noticed. There we are. That's better. Dybala should have went to play for Poland. Can he play for Poland? Interesting about what David Weed had to say about Oldham owner and their manager. I didn't know what he said. It was big for League 1 and 2 clubs. Yeah, I as a fan who was when Hereford were in it, I didn't really care about it. But once it got to a certain, I don't think I've ever gone to a Johnson's Paints Trophy game or an LDV game. But if we'd have got down to this sort of quarterfinals, semi-finals, I probably would have started going and getting very interested in it. I think the interest is sort of there still. When 3-0, Malmo 0, Juventus 1. I think there is a similar interest in it. Not probably as much, but I think they're starting to get away with it now. I think people are starting to switch off to the fact that there's B teams in it because it's been so long. Like if at the end of the day, if they'd have gone ahead with the Super League, eventually would have just got used to it and everything would have been fine. I know that's a bad way of looking at it, but it's true. So yeah, 3-0 to Juventus. Alvaro Morata with the goal. It's also half-time in the game between Dynamo Kiev and Benfica. And Villarreal 1, Atalanta 1 is a half-time score. Carlisle won it twice in 2011, one of them. Carlisle fans counted this trophy and had a trophy in 2011 when we won it. No, but now I'm not bothered. No. But you would be bothered if you got to the final of it because it's a trophy. No, I remember you winning it, definitely. He was on Under the Kosh podcast uploaded today, and he said that owners told him, manager, not to play him, but he would tell the fans that he was injured. Oh, that's awful. League One and League Two clubs now play their second team. Yeah, I think it's also obviously devalued. But at the end of the day, do we need the competition? Which was because he said he was in a legal battle with owner due to unpaid payments, I think. Oh, that's not good. Lille and Wolfsburg is currently 0-0 at the break as well. 142 votes on the vote on the game today. Thanks so much for everyone who's voted in the poll. Yeah, Morata plays for them. He's been there 2 or 3 times, hasn't he? On FM, just play the youth, not carrying or if I get fired. Fair enough. The thing is, it's not a big deal if... The thing is with that trophy is most other teams are preoccupied. At the end of the day, if you're Sunderland, you don't care if you win it or not because you need to get promoted. If you get promoted, it doesn't matter how you get on it. Wait, it's undoubtedly worse than that. But that's awful. 25 people watching. Thank you for everyone who's got involved today. It's quite a quiet stream today, but I really do appreciate every single one who has got involved. Yeah, so it's just not a very good situation at Oldham. I think they will go down. I think they'll go down. I'm not sure how it will go from there, but I think they will go down. Boreham Wood are currently top of the National League. So half-time scores then. We'll go through them. It's currently... So full-time scores, Sevilla 1, Salzburg 1. That's a full-time score. And it's full-time in the game at Young Boys. Young Boys 2, Manchester United 1. Then half-time scores, Bayern... I think this is the latest score. I haven't seen this one pop up, but it might have done. Bayern are beating Barcelona 1-0. Chelsea 0, Zenit 0 is a half-time score of the game we're currently watching. Dynamo Kiev 0, Benfica 0. Lille 0, Wolfsburg 0. Malmo 0, Juventus 3. And Villarreal 1, Atalanta 1. I was on TalkSport talking about it when Simon John was... That used to be live, Chris. It used to be... I'm sure you're a big fan of that show, so I'm sure you know what I mean. It used to be live on the TalkSport channel, like a video version of it, and I used to watch it every day. And now I don't listen to it because it's not on the video anymore. I used to watch that in the sports bar and Drive. The sports bar on TalkSport. Potentially next season, Northwest Clubs Championship could be Bolton, Burnley, Blackburn, Preston, or Blackpool for Greater Manchester and Manchester Police. We'll be having fun. Yeah, I mean, I'm sure they'll be able to cope with it. I mean, a lot of things have to happen. Bolton have to get promoted, Burnley have to get relegated, and then the other 3 needs to stay up or not go up. But I think a lot of them will be in it. Yeah, they were alive on YouTube. I used to watch it, but none of them are alive anymore, which is annoying. When my girlfriend was doing like a work experience, I used to watch it every day. Can't figure out how Huddersfield out this season. Yeah, they've had some strange results, haven't they? The thing is that happens. Like on the Super Six, which I would be like, oh, okay, it's a banker that Huddersfield lose, and then they'll go and win. They're having an incredible season, aren't they? They really are. David Wagner is currently in charge of Young Boys, by the way, for those that watched that game. Warnock was arguing with heads of ref group over Warnock's abuse to refs. That's so Warnock. Nothing more Warnock than arguing about what he's doing. So 93% of you still reckon it will, 92% of you rather, think it will still be a Chelsea victory. Now, in these polls I've done, it's been a landslide for every team that I've done. Will that be the case on Wednesday and Thursday? I'm not sure. I won't be live Saturday for those that are interested because I have work, and I have work for the next 4 Saturdays, which is rather frustrating. But unfortunately, there's nothing I can do. Both Warnock, I would have just said that maybe train your refs better so they're not as crap. That was on TalkSport. Walkman argument with the ref group. Well, Jordan and White left them too. Yeah, I think Jordan is an interesting character because he's got a different perspective. Blackpool 0, Huddersfield 1. Josh Karoma with the goal. Walsall 1 and Brighton under 21s 0 as a full time, and Transmere 4, Leeds 1 is a full time score in the Papa John's Trophy. Solihull Moors are beating Torquay 2-0. And already, feel free to get involved in the poll. I'd really like it if you did. What do you like about Jim White? Jim White. I quite like Jim White. I quite like everyone though. There's nobody I really dislike. So we'll be heading out for the second half in a few moments. He was presenter of us when... yeah, I remember. The thing is, though, you don't know how much to say you had over that. I don't think that's... He is. I like Simon Jordan because he gives an honest opinion and gives his opinion as an ex-owner himself. That's it. He does give it the perspective as an ex-owner. That's what I like. I like people who give different perspectives. Because at the end of the day, if you have 5 people on and they're all ex-players and they all played for Man United, Liverpool and Man City and Chelsea, then they're all going to give a fairly similar aspect. If you have someone on as an ex-owner, or you have a journalist on who's very clever, very up-to-date about the football, then that's going to be a lot better. There has been a goal, Southend 1, Aldershot 2, Bettimer with the goal. We are heading towards the second half. So the games tomorrow are as follows. There are... Oh, hang on, I'm on the wrong day. There are some games kicking off at 5:45. Besiktas take on Borussia Dortmund, and Sheriff Tiraspol take on Shakhtar Donetsk. Then at 8 o'clock, Atletico Madrid take on Porto. Club Brugge take on PSG. Inter Milan versus Real Madrid. What a great game that would be. Liverpool take on AC Milan. City take on RB Leipzig, and Sporting Lisbon take on Ajax. So good day of football tomorrow. Thursday, we've got loads of Europa Conference League games, including Rennes versus Tottenham Hotspur. There are some other games kicking off at the same time in the Europa League. That will be Dynamo Zagreb versus West Ham United is the most obvious one there. And then 8 o'clock, there's some more Conference League games and Europa League games, including Leicester versus Napoli. I wonder if Paul Cook will give given as much time as Ian Everett was, in the fact which I think that no fans in the stadium could have given him longer than if fans went. Yeah, exactly. This happens though. You know, at the end of the day, like Thomas Frank had a really bad start to his tenure, and now they're in the Premier League. So these things do happen. Yeah, so it doesn't happen a lot. But Blackpool 0, Huddersfield 2, Matty Pearson with the goal. Brackley 1, Darlington 1. Which I think means Hereford are no longer bottom of the league. No, they're bottom of the league still. Not very good. Not going to lie, Everett at us until February was one of the probably the most loyal things I've ever known. Yeah, they must have seen something in him. They must have knew that something was happening. And maybe they spoke to the players, and the players like, oh no, we like this guy. Do you know what I mean? So that makes sense to me to keep with him. If the players have lost, if you've lost the dressing room, then it's hard to get it back. Bournemouth 2, Queen's Park Rangers 1. Sam McCallum has brought a goal back for QPR. Thierry Henry, right? He left to be a manager, but now all he does is be an advert. Forest tomorrow and Houghton is gone, surely. Yes, I would imagine so. I would imagine so, because they're just so poor. Who have they got? Middlesbrough, yeah, I think. You know, you think about it, if things stay as they are, they'll be 5 points behind 19th and then 4 points behind 23rd. It'd be no good at all. And he's good, Houghton, he's good. Henry's back as Belgium assistant manager. Then why is he in all these adverts? He was initially named head coach who went in November. The director of football who went in November. And became manager. And I think the board backed him in January. Obviously, quite obvious who Everett signed and who director of football signed in summer. Oh, right, I see. That's interesting. We are getting ready for the second half, so feel free to join me for the second half coverage. There's been another goal in the game at Rangers B. They are now 2 behind against Ayr United. Thomas Tuchel has got his players out, and we are ready for the second half. We'll be kicking off any second now. Chelsea, it's Zenit who kick us off, and we are underway. Here is Marcus Alonso. Houghton is a good manager. Forest just got it wrong most of the time, especially with previous managers. Yeah, that's it. He can't have gone badly overnight. There must be something going on that we're not aware of. You see Hinkley Town beat St. Martin's 18-0 earlier. No, I did not see that. That's crazy. Reece James, Ziyech. Mount, Reece James. Here is Aspilicueta. Back to this time it's Jorginho stole my haircut. Lincoln City 1, Rotherham 1. It says it all how bad that league is that we gave the whole team a head start until February and we still got promoted. And if we remained unbeaten from January to May, probably won the non-league. Do you think that? Do you think it's bad, or just that Bolton held their own and then had it went on a really good run? So a lot of teams like Carlisle drifted away. Does everyone think? Who does everyone think? No, now we're four games in. I still think Chelsea will win the title. Ziyech with a shot and saved by the goalkeeper. I still think Chelsea will win the league. Yeah, I still think Chelsea will win the league. But that hasn't changed. But has anyone else's opinion changed? Or do you still think the same team will win it? Jorginho goes out wide. Marcus Alonso. Here is Rudiger. Jorginho. Here is Aspilicueta. Not far playoff-wise. 19 playoff. 10 points is low compared to League One or Championship. Yeah, it just depends on the league there, on the season. Like Hereford got promoted with 88 points, and that was enough for third. But I think that was more than they got. Let me have a look. Yes, 88 points would have got you to, in the Hereford's league, you'd have probably finished, but in the playoffs, if that. Have a look, actually. $79 points, you would have just been in the playoffs. You'd have finished 6th. I hope Chelsea win it. I think Chelsea will win it just because they've got Lukaku, and I think he's that much of a difference maker. One Premier League of 20 teams, we've got the highest points of 44, finished 17th. That's a lot of points to finish 17th. And I think Man United won the league with 79 points the one year. And you think City got 100, 99 Liverpool, 98 City, 97 Liverpool, 95 Chelsea. Crazy. Thinks a league was won with 79 points. But, you think about loads of those I've just mentioned were recently. Rudiger going forward. Rudiger still going. Rudiger! Rudiger! Oh! Absolutely fantastic from the German. Taking it all the way back from his own half, and he took on one. He goes past one. He goes past two. He goes past. Tries to go past three. He goes shot around two. Absolutely incredible from Rudiger. There's been some goals. Maidenhead 0, Stockport 2. Blackpool 0, Huddersfield Town 3. Jonathan Hogg with the goal. Notts County 3, Wealdstone 1. I think West Ham relegated Force 2 the same season. Apparently everyone wanted them to stay up instead of us, which was never going to happen back then, other than Big Sam. They had a good side, didn't they? I don't know how they got relegated. I think I know what you mean. West Ham got relegated and they had like Defoe and Lampard and other players. Is that right? Am I thinking the right time? A bit before I started watching football. Mendy. Lille have taken the lead against Wolfsburg. There's been two goals rather, for Blackburn. Ben Brereton has made it 2-0 against Hull City. Lukaku, and that's behind for a corner kick. Leeds got relegated with a decent score. All had to be these signatures. Yeah, Alan Smith was one of them. I remember them getting relegated. That's the first season I watched football. Leeds got relegated and Arsenal went unbeaten for the season. Here is Wendell. Douglas Santos to Claudinho. Claudinho puts it out wide. So Tormin looking for Malcolm. Finds Malcolm. Malcolm gets the better. And he puts the ball in. And it's a behind for a corner kick to Zenit. Zenit win the corner. So there is the goal for Wolfsburg. Lille 1, Wolfsburg 0, sorry. Jonathan David with the goal. And Dover have pulled on back against Eastleigh. Now 4-1 to Eastleigh. Paul Robertson in goal then, playing for England at the World Cup 2 years later. Yes, very true. One thing I'm always surprised about is that Martin Keown played for Everton. Like, in my head, he's just Arsenal through and through, but that didn't. Like, he played for Arsenal his whole life, but that's not. I find it weird when I found that out. Claudinho puts the ball in and away by Marcos Alonso, and it will be a throw-in. And the goal has been ruled out from Jonathan David. Brackley 1, Darlington 2. Darlington have now retaken the lead. Here's Claudinho. Sutterman to Claudinho. Arsenal last won the league when I was 5 months old. For me growing up, it was a team when you're banking on top 4. No. When I was a kid, they were one of the best teams in the world. Very good team. They throw it. Here is Malcolm. Malcolm battling with Rudiger and Alonso. And he wins a corner. Very, very well done by the Brazilian. Thoughts on the World Cup every 2 years? I think there'd just be too much football for the players. I just think it's too much for the players. I really do. I just think it's too much for the players. If it wasn't for the players, then I think it would be fine. But with the players, too much football. Ball comes in, headed away by Christensen. And the thing is, could it cause more? Could it cause fans to be a bit burnt out themselves as well? Like you think about it. If you have like football constantly, would it do that? Werner on the wing opinions. I think he'd be better off there than through the middle. What do you think of this match? Can we win it? Hi, Nicholas. Thanks for tuning in. I assume you are a Zenit fan? I've been really impressed with Zenit so far this game. I've been really impressed. Alonso puts the ball in, headed away. Although Chelsea have started this second half very well. Fans' perspective, it wouldn't feel the same. No, I think it would. I think we get used to it. It's money driven too. It probably is money driven. Ziyech, can I get it to Lukaku? We can't. You can only find Claudinho who's bringing the ball. No, I'm a Chelsea fan. Oh, yeah. So Chelsea have started this second half very well. Very, very well, and I think they will go on and win the game probably 2-0, like I said my prediction at the start. So yeah, that's what I think. Especially with FIFA policy, Europe can't host until 2030 due to Russia 2018. Which could mean, yeah, but they wouldn't have that. They wouldn't have that, would they, if it was every 2 years? Because that's ridiculous. You can't host it in one of the biggest countries for football. That would be ridiculous. Aspilicueta. James. Mount. And Reece James puts it to the side, netting. Affects the Euros too. The Euros would just be moved. it doesn't. It just doesn't. It doesn't fit really. One thing they could do is if they had it every 2 years was have the Euros over. Have it like instead of having like international during the international breaks. That would be. That's a weird idea. The Euros would have moved away from leap years, or World Cup does it every odd year. Thanks for subscribing, Awoke. I really do appreciate it. I just think it'd be better off just leaving it alone. Ratitsky does very well. He's a very good player. Quite impressed with him. Very solid at the back. There's nothing wrong with having it every 4 years. The World Cup's a better tournament, no doubt about it. As Moon puts it out wide to Malcolm. Malcolm bringing the ball forward. Malcolm still bringing the ball forward, and no one can find him. It would be embarrassing for all the Chelsea fans who took the mick out of Man United if they were to go and lose this. I hate that saying. On a table, right? Why fix something that isn't broken? Just make it better. Potential. Obviously, this is making it worse, so that wouldn't fit in it. But usually, if you try and fix something, it should try and make it better. And that's what they're trying to do. I don't think it is making it better. I think it's making it worse, and they should leave it alone. I think they should have left the away goals rule alone as well. But I think they're just trying. It's more football for everyone. We'll be able to watch the best players in the world, and we'd be able to see a World Cup every 2 years. But then it's not special. Nobody's happy with no, 48 teams is too many. Mount's shot is blocked by Wendell. Here's Reece James. Reece James puts it in. Absolute Greta cuts it back. No one there. 58 minutes gone. It's still 0-0. Bayern have made it 2-0. Barcelona 0. Bayern 2. Robert Lewandowski with the goal. I didn't think Barcelona would prove too much of a threat, and that's exactly what's going on. Timo Werner is warming up, as is Kai Havertz, the scorer in the Champions League final, of course. I don't like how they're doing it with 3 groups either. I suppose they're doing it with 3 groups because it means less games. Chesterfield 3-2 up against Barnet. Tishimango with the goal. Lukaku looking for Mount. Mount puts it out wide, and it's too much on it for Marcus Alonso. No, we don't need. I like the Nations League, but I think it's more of a competition for those lower teams. Like, you think about Scotland getting to the Euros, they might not do that again for a long time without the Nations League. So I'm more on board with the Nations because, at the end of the day, right, you think about it, North Macedonia got to the Euros, and that's an amazing thing. I know they didn't do very well, but to get to the Euros for some of these smaller nations is an incredible feat. Like Scotland, no, jokes. Claudinho. Wendell. Oh, that's really good, but Christensen steps in. But Claudinho picks it up. There is space out wide. Oh, he's found Asmoon. Asmoon's through. Asmoon's still through. Oh, Rudiger gets there right at the death. Could have just been... He'd have made it 1-0. He was very, very good from Rudiger. Rudiger does really, really well. Here is Ziyech. Looking for Lukaku, but can't find him. 3 groups of teams. I don't like how it's meant to be. One team won't be, especially with 1 day on the last. Whatever happened to it. Yeah, you're right. It's the way of cramming more teams. We see you always. Hopefully, stream tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be. If I'm not tired, I'll be live. Have a good evening. You too, Alex. Take care, my friend. Brackley 1, Darlington 3. Will Hatfield has made it 3-1 and will comfortably see Darlington through, I think. And Brackley were joint top of the league before tonight and could have gone top of the league outright if they would have won today's game, which is very surprising. Christensen, and they lose the ball. Rosiski moves the ball forward, looking for Asmoon. Will he get there? No, he won't, and it will be a throw-in to Chelsea. Havertz is stripping off, ready to come on. Aspilicueta. Jorginho. Oh, Mount fouled clearly by Rosiski, and that will be a yellow card. Definitely a yellow card for the Ukrainian. Colour fans want new ownership. What's wrong with the old ownership, Chris? So free kick to Chelsea. Mount is stood over it, as is Ziyech. A lot of clubs do, in all honesty, over the country. Yeah, that's it. Sometimes the grass isn't greener. There's a lot of people who didn't like the way Graham Turner ran the club at Hereford, and he sold it to someone who was a million times worse. And it turned out there was nothing wrong with Graham Turner at all. Thankfully, at the moment, we're not one of them. Exactly. Kai Havertz has come on for Ziyech. And Alonso's ball in. Punched away. Kovacic puts it way over the bar. And that will be a goal kick. It's just a natural thing to, if you're not doing well, to be like, oh, the owner. Just one of those natural things. But hopefully, as long as things aren't awful, like people aren't very. So Shrewsbury are owned by someone called Roland, and his name is really unpronounceable. I don't know how to pronounce it. And he has run a very tight ship for about 20 years at least. He's been in charge there for bloody ages, and now fans are starting to moan at him for not spending enough money. The fact is, he's kept him in a good place. He's moved them into a big stadium, and they've been in League One for most of this century in the last 10 years. In the last 10 years, they've been mostly in League One, which is a very good achievement. So I think they should be moaning about anything. Some of our fans have been blaming them for not getting promoted back to League One. It's easy blaming them. I agree, they don't have an ambition. Can't just blame them. The thing is, you can't just blame it on them. You need to think of the bigger picture sometimes. Just remember, there's always someone in a worse boat. I'd love to be in Carlisle's position. I think sometimes you just got to think, well, always someone in a worse boat. It could always be worse. Mount, Havertz. That's out for a corner kick. However, I do believe that as long as you're fighting the right battles, then I don't think, if you're not spending any money, but if you're not spending money you don't have, then that's fine. Arsenal fans optimistic singing "We Are Staying Up." I think it would be great for the game if Arsenal got relegated. Corner comes in, headed away. This is going to be very disappointing for Chelsea if they can't find a winner. Wolfsburg have had a player sent off. John Brooks has been shown a second yellow card for Wolfsburg. Our owners are 2 weeks on Saturday, Bolton at home to your favourite team in Shrewsbury. Some people I'm sort of friends with support Shrewsbury, and they'll probably be at the game. The ball comes in. Goalkeeper does. He's playing all right. He's keeping them at bay. Goal is coming soon. I reckon so too, Anomi John. Our owners, Andrew Jenkins, who's 83 years old, and John Nixon, who's co-owner. Surely they need to sell up. Let our club is safe and stable, not a Maxwell, for example. Exactly. There's so many clubs in worse position. Only a 60,000 seater stadium in the championship. Lukaku, Alonso, Kovacic. You know, if Arsenal got relegated, it'd be up there with the most crazy achievements we've ever seen. Be up there with Leicester winning the title. City winning the last kick of the game. Winning the title with the last kick of the game. Unbelievable. It would be absolutely bonkers. United have won 3-0 at Rangers B. They're bringing the ball forward. Asmoon looking for Claudinho. Straight outside with Wendell to Santos. Wendell back to Santos. Saw one of their fans made about £23 as price tickets. I mean, it's not that bad. I think our category A are a bit too much, especially in empty. I think ticket prices in general everywhere are too expensive. Hereford's prices are too expensive. My girlfriend watched Plymouth the other day. It cost her £12, right? 12. And it costs to go to Hereford about 16 in like a totally different league. It's absolutely incredible how. Here's Wendell. Oh, and saved by Mendy. I want new ownership because it's needed. It's not going to keep on about it. I'm just focused on a team for this season. I think they should definitely be looking at selling if they're that old. A few clubs in our league charging £15, up to £15 for under 18s. Yeah, see, this is what I don't get. Like, you should try and get, like, most under 18s aren't working. You know, if I was Bolton, I'd be thinking I need to get students because they'll be. That's the greatest ball in Lukaku. Absolutely brilliant header. He absolutely smashes the ball. I'm not sure why the really good header. Brilliant ball in. And it's 1-0 from Jorginho's cross. 1-0. Ball comes in from Azpilicueta rather. Lukaku wins the header and makes it 1-0. Into the bottom corner. Nothing the goalkeeper could do. And Chelsea finally get the goal. (1-0) Chelsea, and it could well be that. The Accrington will be charging us that price for under 18s. They announced our game in December will be Cat A. That's another problem when a team are like the biggest club in the league, they have to they have to pay for a lot more for tickets because they're classed as Cat A everywhere. What's wrong with just having games at one singular price? 70 minutes gone. It's currently 1-0 to Chelsea. Solihull Moors 2, Torquay 1. Lukaku with the goal, my friend. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. 177 votes on the poll. Alonso. Jorginho. Azpilicueta. Lukaku. Jorginho. Aspilicueta looking for Lukaku, but Ratisky steps in, and he tries to find Asmoon, but won't find him. Will only find Rudiger. I think us, Wigan, Sheffield, Sunderland, and maybe Sheffield Wednesday as well, who they're putting on. Okay. Yeah, exactly. You think it's a club like Sunderland. Everywhere you go, you're going to be paying the most for each game. As if you're like Shrewsbury, you'll be paying, you know, if you're playing Accrington, you'll probably be like Cat B or Cat C or whatever they want to, whatever category they want to put in. Most fans most away fans will be standing in a roofless terrace. I don't understand why they haven't put a bloody cover on it. Here's Mount. Oh, good one. It comes back though. Here's Reece James tries to play the 1-2 and they get it away. I believe Carlisle will get promoted back to League One at some point. Unfortunately, it will take us time. Bradford have been in League Two for a while. Yeah. Some teams take longer than others. It's just part and parcel of being a. Yeah, at the end of the day, you think about it. As much as I'd like Hereford to get promoted, there are another 21 teams that want to get promoted, and only 2 can get promoted. And it's the same in League 2. Yeah, there's 24 teams want to get promoted, but only 4 can, which is quite a big ratio. Why they haven't got 3 going down and 3 going up, I have no idea. Here's Reece James. Headed away. And Kovacic with a shot that is blocked. Aspilicueta will keep it in. Jorginho. The away game is on my birthday, which means it will rain. When's that, Jack? Aspilicueta. James. The reason they have 4 is because they only have 2 relegation places, because they don't believe, because it used to be 1 up from the conference, believe it or not. It used to be 1 up, which means that they had another, which is just unfair, man. Should be 3 down. I mean, they've been campaigning for it for years. Before I started watching football in 2001, they let off some balloons at Hereford to try and obviously they shouldn't. Hopefully they don't do that now because of pollution and waste and rubber and plastic and stuff. But that was 20 years ago, and nothing's changed because you'll be voting for it if you're not in that league. If Carlisle were in the conference when they were in 2004-05, they'd be like, oh yeah, we need a 3 up, 3 down. But once they're in the league, they're like, we don't want 3 up, 3 down. We've got more chance of getting relegated. What the clubs in the league need to remember what it was like when they were in the conference. For our games, we've had 2 Cat C, 1 Cat B game. It's a family game, so cheap prices. And Shrewsbury Cat B, then Wigan on the 16th, 19th. Okay. I would imagine so, my friend. There has been some more goals. Dagenham 3, Weymouth 2. William Wright with the goal. Chesterfield 4, Barnet 2. Gabriel Gunning with a goal. Reading have made it 2-0 against Peterborough. Tom Deli Bashiru with the goal. Sheffield United are 2-1 up against Preston North End. Sander Berger with the goal. Villarreal have taken the lead against Atalanta. 2-1 there. And Southend 1, Aldershot 3. We've got Guardiola. So Zuba has come on, the big Russian forward. Yeah, it's literally just because League Two sides won't vote for it. Because they don't want to have an extra relegation place. But I'm sure as soon as they're in that league, they'll be like, you know what, this is unfair. I always thought, why does it cost us more to watch against a different team? Or why is, for all categories, why is it cheaper for us to sit behind the net? I don't know. I've never understood it. It's usually more expensive in like by the where the stands are, isn't it? Like the like where the not the stands, where the where the substitutes are. It's always expensive around that area. Yeah, Lukaku. Right, but Wrexham got relegated in 2008. Right? In 2012, they finished with 98 points and finished runners-up, second place, and they lost in the playoffs to Luton. Therefore, they did not get promoted. So, if you think it's unfair that you didn't get promoted with 79 points, imagine how poor old Wrexham feel with 98. I think they got 98 or 95. Like it's just bonkers that there's not an extra place in the National League. There has been another goal in the game at Dagenham. Dagenham 4, Weymouth 2. Paul McCallum with the goal. Former Eastleigh and Solihull striker, who has scored a lot of goals this season for a Dagenham side that are going very, very well. Probably cheaper behind the net because most will try and get seats on the side. Yeah, I always get the seat behind the goal. I think that's where we were. I don't know what it's like at Carlisle or at Bolton, but I usually behind the goal is the most rowdy. James. Well, yeah, they are unjust. But what I meant was the only 2 goes down because the League 2 won't vote for another place to go down, and it just means once you're down there, I think good. If Notts County voted against it and they're stuck in there for 10 years, good. And now they understand why we need 3 up, 3 down. Here is Mount. Aspilicueta. I'm Rotio on halfway line behind net. You see simple almost upstairs the kids corner next to away fans. Yeah, that's where Lonzo. Oh, he's put it wide. Yeah, sometimes it can be in the corner can be by the away fans is pretty rowdy as well, but usually it's behind the goal in the away end. In the home end. Carlisle usually sit in the stand opposite the dugout. Oh. I usually at Hereford stand in the meadow end, which is the big stand. That's Moon. Oh, they scored. Oh no, they haven't. Zuma should have scored. Mendy's down. Zuma's down. I think they're both injured. In the EFL last season, all teams directly below and up. Yeah. Well, that's good, isn't it? Stand opposite dugout for ours is the most popular, especially in the lower tier. Interesting. Should have scored. Puts the ball in. Zuma just couldn't find it in the back of the net, and he collides with Mendy, who's still down. It's full time in the game at Eastleigh. Eastleigh 4, Dover 2. Reading are 2-1 up against Petersburg United. Aspilicueta, not Aspilicueta, Arrizabalaga is warming up. Chilwell is ready to come on for his first appearance of the season. More coming up with one of the lowest budgets of League 2, so anyone can get promoted. Yeah, they can. They can get promoted. That is a good thing about the 3 up, 3 down. 4 up, 2 down. Mendy's still down. Really glad everyone likes the score setup. Sutton have won their game against Hartlepool 1-0, and Grimsby have made it 3-1 against Wrexham and will win all 3 points in that one as it's the 90th minute. A sub, number 14 is coming off. Kuryav and Kraftsov is coming on for Zenit. Because lower heights and you can't get on the halfway line due to that being. Oh, I see. A city I've been in the by the dugout. It's quite interesting actually. I quite liked it. Different experience. Aspilicueta is coming off, and it will be Thiago Silva coming on. I think if things stay as they are, I think Forest, Peterborough will go, and either Blackpool or Hull. Things can change. Yeah, things can change. Just if say if things stay as they are, Forest are definitely going down. Peterborough, you always worry that they'll come back straight back down. Hull are very concerning, I think. Blackpool, you could also be concerned about as well. I think you're right in linking those sides. But would you say any team could get sucked into it? Derby could get sucked into it. Maybe because I think if I've already read that one. Here is Jorginho, 84 minutes on the clock. So then to Aldershot 3, that's in the 95th minute. Now Dejan Demetriou has now scored at both ends as Blackburn have beaten Hull 2-0. We started off the season so well, beating Preston, didn't they, Hull? And it's gone all to pot since then. Thiago Silva. If sat in a stand at a football facing the sun, you'd take rain any day over sun. I don't think I've ever had that happen because I don't think I've ever had that happen. Oh no, I have. No, I have. It used to happen at Hereford. It used to be really annoying. Everyone would be like this. Here is Chilwell. Just cloudy or warm would be fine. Christensen. Thomas Tuchel is there, directing instructions. Claudinho, Douglas Santos rather. Radisky, who's had a good time on the bench. Sheffield United 2, Preston 2. Preston have got a late equaliser. Villarreal have conceded an equaliser. Robin Gosens has equalised for Atalanta, who was very, very popular during the Euros, wasn't he? For I think I want to say Germany. Those are the only two options. Yeah. I wouldn't. I'm not a big fan of rain, but I suppose at least it's the sun isn't right. And Bayern are 3-0 up. And as Villarreal are now down to 10 men, Francis Coquelin has been sent off. Barcelona 0, Robert Lewandowski with the goal. Bayern 3. I think Major Man could be right. They could be one of the front runners for it, Bayern Munich. I don't think Barcelona will be anywhere near it. Claudinho. Brackley have lost 3-1 to Darlington. Douglas Santos. Claudinho. Thanks so much for everyone who's tuning in so far. La Liga is a dead league now. Thank God their dominance in Champions League is coming to an end. Yeah, it is, isn't it? I don't think any of them will win it this time. I think it could be PSG, it could be Bayern, it could be one of the English clubs. So it could go anyway. Claudinho is coming off, and Mostovoy is coming on. Mashitsky has come off as well. Krugovoy has come on for Zenit for the last few moments. I wonder if Ronaldo did the team talk after the game instead. What for? I hope not. I hope that's weird. Chilwell, and he's lost the ball. Picked up again by Kovacic. Looks like 92% of you are going to be right. It's going to be a Zenit St. Petersburg defeat and a win for Chelsea. Some full times coming in. Sheffield United 2, Preston 2, Southend 2, Aldershot Town 3. One thing I hate about Super League punishments compared to the EFL is the arrogance of the top 6. Yeah, I mean, you think about some of the handouts by the EFL have produced. They got off lightly. Chelsea go long, headed away. Jorginho wins the ball back. Here is Santos. Just playing the ball around Zenit St. Petersburg. Looks like they're happy with their 1-0 defeat. Juventus, Malmo, you've got to be thinking Zenit will be wanting to get into the Europa League. That's going to be their aim for the season, I think. Top fans saying no one cares about those tin pot teams. Are also saying you can't punish fans. Yeah, exactly. Here is Kovacic. 4 added minutes, by the way. James. Christensen. Rudiger. Oh, foul on Christensen. Nothing given, but he's giving an advantage rather. Reece James. I wonder if, speaking of EFL, they've learnt. Only lessons in 2021. I really doubt it. Southend 2, Aldershot 3 as a final score. Looks like Bein will get a very, very good convincing win, as will Juventus. Villarreal and Atalanta have had a very, very good game. 4 goals in that one. It looks like there'll be 2 goalless draws as well. And Chelsea will win by the solitary goal. Ruben Loftus-Cheek is coming on. And he'll be coming on for Mason Mount. I think I said this ages ago, but yeah, fellow incompetent that last season. And this season for midweek, they can't seem to make a straight site. Well, that's been ages, isn't it? They've had the streaming thing for ages. So Ruben Loftus-Cheek comes on. Juba fouled, nothing given, and he's going to call it back. Yeah, they did. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they had it in midweek. It's a free kick. The goalkeeper should be taking this. Everyone should be going up. Final minute. They take it short. Mostovoy. Barrios is going to whip the ball in, I think. No, he's giving it away. He's giving it away, and Lukaku's there. As is Loftus-Cheek. He's giving it to Lukaku. Lukaku's going to go all the way. It's going all the way. It's going to... Oh, good. Brilliant from Douglas Santos. Reading have made it 3-1 against Petersburg United. Dynamo Kiev have got a goal against Benfica, so that one won't be finishing 0-0. And that will be a great win for them. We're just waiting for the final whistle now. We are 4 minutes in. And that is that. So there we are, finished. So in the games so far that have taken place, Sevilla and Salzburg finished 1-1. Young Boys have won 2-1 against Manchester United. This game is over. Chelsea have made it 1-0 victory against Zenit. Bayern are on course for a 3-0 win against Barcelona. That one has just gone through. Dynamo Kiev are 1-0 up against Benfica. Lille and Wolfsburg are drawing 0-0. Malmo 0, Juventus 3, and Villarreal 2, Atalanta 2. Thanks so much for everyone who has tuned in. I really, really do appreciate it. If you haven't already, feel free to hit the like button and subscribe if you are new. But thanks so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. My name is Mike, and I will see you soon.